Here on Indian Trace, I am known to do display videos of different types. Today I just grabbed a seldom seen bin. Seldom seen. I don't even see them that often, so I know many people out there probably don't see them much or have never seen them. And what I mean by it, and I've got a couple things I want to mention today, but this is a great group. Think about 11. And let me show you something. Look at this. You've seen this, okay? And if you haven't, you just clicked in. 7 trays worth, but the top shelf is the top shelf. Some just great colors. I mean, just check out the colors right now in the natural light. I love the look of the colors. Seeing rhyolites, quartz, coastal North Carolina, eastern North Carolina, central North Carolina. Of course, it's one of the 3. And those points came out of this little bin. Little padding on the bottom. Good stuff, right? It's all good stuff. It's a fun box. 7 trays. Consider the idea. Now I know there's a lot of regulars on here who are well versed with it. But you can put stuff in categories like serrated points. You can put serrated quartz in another category, which I do. Variated materials, that sort of thing. Your top favorites just in your heart. And I do that thing. And then you got bins that you can just keep smokers in. Lots of different ideas. Natural light is just stellar today. Variated quartz material right here and colored quartz, smoky quartz. Just fun stuff. But that's the bin we're going to take a look at. Seldom seen. And that's a good thing. I do want to make this point. It's hard to stop just taking a good look at it and just giving a little extra time, not whipping around too fast so people can see it or pause it when it's focused. Good stuff. I do want to make a point here and make mention of this. This week is going really good. Everything about criterion, look at these points. Seldom seen this bin. Got a lot of great comments on that, and I just want to share the collection. I encourage many of you to go into your collection and find a way to share it, because I mean, we don't know. I don't know the points that you found. You know, for example, Treasure Hunter for Life, you've got some awesome finds. The Ditch Walker, you have some awesome finds. I don't know how you group them together, what have you, but I'd love to see them in groups. It's just, I have a feeling it would make a big difference. This week's going strong. Look at this. Scrapers. It's been a rhyolite week. I mean, you find some, this is about the right proportion. There might be 4 or 5 pieces of quartz in here. You can see this week is going strong if you just take a look at some of this stuff. And this is the bin that I use and keep my stuff in till moving day. Now, I found more than this, no doubt. But I sort of organize things and put them in here for moving day. And then I have some time to decide what all I want to move into my display. And there's some great scrapers down there. Smoky quartz scrapers, points, tips, quartz, smoky quartz scrapers, blades, points, marl mountains. Just fun, you know, you got to figure out a way to keep things fun. Quartz points down there, Guilford Yumas. This is a nice Guilford Yuma too. Just take a look at it as we hit here this afternoon. Now, somebody made a comment and said, you know, I appreciate you going through that vase, you know, and I almost didn't post that vase video, just a couple back. Just thought it was too boring or what have you, but a couple of you, you know, it's relaxing. You never know what you got, you know, until you share it and you hear somebody else make mention that they were really glad to see it. So I just took this seldom seen bin. The Get Your Kid giveaway, I'm going to close it today. Really not much response from kids or what have you, or you don't know kids in your life. We're going to go right around the circle here and check these out. Here's one of the first Guilfords I found at the Archaic. It's a great piece. Interesting piece though, look at the bend on it. It's rhyolite. Rhyolite either comes in the patina that is a light tannish or the greenish like this one. But Get Your Kid giveaway was for kids, really. If they wanted to get in and they wanted to win some of these artifacts. Look at this point found at Beaver Point. Mercy. And that was also about 4 years ago. So these were found a long time ago. Another one 4 years ago. Here's the Guilford Yuma from Upper Easement. Awesome how they hafted it in back here. And the discoloration that took place because of it. Don't quite understand it all, but I'll give you a good look at it if I can. And anyway, the entries did not come in for Get Your Kid and the giveaway. Who knows why? And it's no big deal, you know. You just keep moving forward. I'm going to choose. I have a couple kids who entered, and some comments that were made by parents, what have you. I have an idea who's going to go ahead and get it, and I'll notify them. But at this moment, probably when you see this, it'll still be open. That's a great point that I got this year from the garden, when it was still developing in my mind as a site. Now it's way past established. It is a solid site, the garden. And look at just the work on this piece of stonework, right? Now, look at these three at the top. It's a good afternoon with perfect natural light. If I can get the focus, there we go. Say the one in the middle we take out. This one I found at Stillwater a while ago, maybe about 3 years ago. It's a great point. But I went to a place today called Stone Hill. Actually, Hardstone, sorry. These two are about the same thickness. They're rhyolite, but they were found probably in 2 different years, but just about 10 foot apart from one another. Unbelievable. If I can get good focus on it, I'm not sure I can. 10 foot apart from one another were these 2 points. It's crazy, isn't it? Brother and sister. Very interesting points. A lot of comments on the interest these points were. That's an interesting site too. I still don't know what to think of it. I haven't learned everything I can from it. It's called Hardstone. I find lots of hammerstones there. That's why I call it Hardstone. All right. Great points. Stillwater point, I always love that. These points are in the same bin because to me, they sort of had a similar feel, all of them. And when that happens, I put them together even if they're different styles. I go by feel. Guilford Yuma found right down the street from my house on a site that they don't farm anymore. That plot of land has been up for sale. But anyway, wish they would. I could go dig it if I wanted, but I've got too much to do. Too little time. It's a great point, though. Interesting point, though. Check it out. And you can always tell how they made it out of using just a little flake, because the flat part of the flake is up on here, right back here. Wonder if I'm going to get the exposure from the sun that I need. Nice point. Don't think it came in like I wanted it, but it's fine. It's a great point. Here's a point from the Falcon, maybe about 2 years ago. Some of these you might remember from film, but maybe not. It's a great point right here. It's what they do in rhyolite. They love the stone. They traded it in. I can imagine the commodity of stone, good tool stones. This point was found in the same place as this point. An incredible Guilford straight base. Just look at that piece. Whew. Be still my heart, right? Great stuff. And a point right here found at, I think it was just right next to a place that I call North Gill site. And I found this just when I began collecting. Look at the relief on the back of that where they hafted it in. Really, it's a balanced Guilford. Hump on the back, that's very common. And of course, since I had just begun collecting, I was happy as can be. And my criteria, which for all of us, you have to admit, really changes. And it's, I don't know if it's fortunate or not fortunate. Look at this group. Because the way we evaluate treasures, prizes, changes. And I guess we might say, I really wish it wouldn't, but it does, based on, I guess, the quality that we find. And I try to make myself thankful, and it takes some effort for everything that I find. And stir myself up to it and stir others up to it by doing moving day stuff. But when it keeps coming in huge quantity, and I guess that's the right word, for in 5 years I know that my count's now a bit over 13,000. Your brain automatically starts to categorize. And which I do want to make a disclaimer, which is not to say that every single artifact I find or bring in from the field I feel is important, representing their memory. Look at that group. Great group, right? And so, I roll forward and do the best I can to share it. Anyway, from Indian Trace to all of you guys out there, and girls, and kids from here to California, appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you having fun with it all. And just a good look at everything right there. Hope you find out there.